and welcome to Lost to Grace Podcast. My name is Kevin.
And I'm Zach.
Today we're going to be talking about mental health. We're going to be talking more about men's mental health just because June is Men's Mental Health Month. And we have some stats that we're going to go over, and then we're going to be talking about things that we found during our research time and everything. Zach has done a lot of the heavy lifting for this one. I think I had reached out to you just the other day, and I was like, I really don't have a lot for it. Like I'm like personal experiences with it and everything, but like as far as like the research part, I was just like, I don't know why I don't have a whole lot. So yeah, we'll just kind of get started. Do we want to do the stats first, or do you want to?
Might as well just start off with the stats, sort of, kind
okay.
of. Yeah.
We have just a few stats that we're just going to look at here for a second. This is, I believe, 2023 is what these stats are from. I couldn't really find a 2025. Or is this 2025? Either way, we're going to go over this. Over 49,000 people died by suicide in 2023. And their thing was one death every 11 minutes. Many adults think about suicide or attempt suicide. 12.8 million seriously thought about suicide, 3.7 million made a plan for suicide, and 1.5 million attempted suicide. One thing, I talked to a counselor a while ago, this was a few years ago, and we were talking about mental health, we were talking about suicide and stuff like that, and those three last kind of, I guess, steps, if you know someone that's like depressed and stuff, looking at are they like seriously considering it, and if there's a plan made, obviously they probably won't share that, but if you feel like there's a plan made, like those are things to look out for. Once the plan is made, I mean, the only thing left is either they don't and they reach out for help, which would be amazing, or the attempt happens. Once the plan's in place, that's where I don't know, it's where it oftentimes can be too late, unfortunately. But yeah, those are the stats for it. That's like, obviously that's the extreme, and it's very heavy and everything, but we'll be touching on that for sure, and other stuff too that's probably not to that level of mental, like depression and stuff like that. So yeah, Zach, go ahead. I don't know, wherever you're ready to start with or what, and I'll just kind of ask questions and build off of you.
Yeah. So this is sort of a big topic, or more of a topic that I can kind of relate on to. I mean, we're men, so we know more of how a man obviously thinks and does. But I mean, for me, just the big and obvious thing, I mean, we were talking about suicide, but even just like mental health in general, like how you treat yourself and how you view yourself, and a lot of those things, dealt with a lot of that, becoming a little better with it. But just sort of to start off, like big thing too, like for me, was just beating myself up mentally, about who I was, what I was doing, who I am, and I just struggled a lot with that in my growing up years, trying to figure out God's plan for me and what the next step is. And for me, a lot, I mean, obviously the first thing that helped me a lot was just growing closer to God, reading my Bible, spending quiet time with Him, devotions, being involved with church. That's a big thing. But what helped me too a lot was just like reaching out, either in trying to find even books towards mental health, or finding something to help with that. And I've been blessed with an amazing group of friends that's definitely helped as well. Just even that's a big part of it too, is I feel like everybody should have a friend or friends to do stuff with too. Like sometimes it doesn't even need to be like serious in a matter of like you don't need to talk about, but just having somebody to do something with, like how big that is and how big that helps, gives more of a purpose to life. that's a big thing. And one thing that really helped me was I read a book by Jordan. Actually, I read 2 books by Jordan Peterson. It was the 12 rules for life and 12 more rules for life. And the one thing it talked about a lot is treating yourself how you would treat others. He just kind of gave an example, like if somebody you know or love would be sick, like how you would treat them. Like you would take care of them, make sure they get, if they take medication, water, make sure they're comfortable. And he's using that sense of like treating yourself the same way. Like if you would mess up, whatever it may be, like work or maybe with a temptation or something, like treating yourself in the way too of taking care of yourself. And also like encouraging yourself. I've discovered that's a big thing. Like even just telling yourself like, good job.
Yeah.
How simple that is and how much that helped me to just boost my mood and my temperament. So, sometimes it may sound almost cliche, but just as simple as looking in the mirror and telling yourself, good job.
Yeah.
I don't know, that was a big thing for me, is just simply that. And through that too, I've learned like just saying simple encouragements to people too, like good job, or nice shirt, or even something simple like that. It's amazing what that can do. But that helped me a lot with finding sort of a purpose too. Just kind of opened that door as well, because I've struggled a lot recently with like, what is my purpose? Like, obviously we're here to bring honor and glory to God, but like, what is like the gifts and talents He's given me, and how can I use that to further the kingdom? And it's everyone goes through it, not just men, obviously women, but that's a big thing, and I'm learning more from it. Even just doing this podcast has helped a lot with it.
Have you I know your church is gonna do like a spiritual gifts thing, right? Or did they do that already? I think that was Wednesday.
I think it may have been Wednesday already. Gotcha. I didn't sign up for it, but yeah, they're doing that. That's a good thing. Getting
nice.
The classes, and it helps with finding your gifts and how to use them to bring more honor and glory to God. But it's a big thing.
Have you ever done a test for that before?
I mean, are you talking about
like a spiritual gifts test?
I haven't done a spiritual, but I've done personality tests. Yes, nice. That even helped me too. I can't even remember the name of it. It was a pretty well-known, accurate one. It scored me as more of a perfectionist, as in like I try to do the best I can, and if I don't, I beat myself up for it. Or even if I do a good job, like, man, I know I could have done
more.
And
gotcha.
I've struggled a lot, even at work. Sometimes I'll do a good job. Even sometimes I go, hey, that looks good, good job. And then I'm like, I could have done way better.
I know what you mean. Another thing too, while you were talking, I was putting some things in my notes here. What you said, you had mentioned something about like God having a plan for your life. Did you ever, at any point, feel like you don't think God has a plan for your life? Or like that, or something like that? Like, man, does God even have a plan for my life? Obviously, we know He does, but like, did you ever feel like...
Yes and no. It's more, I had the fear of, what if I do the wrong thing?
Gotcha.
That was more mine. Like, I knew in my heart God has something for me, but it's more of like, I'm afraid of what if I do the wrong thing? What if it doesn't work out?
That makes
was
sense.
Sort of my big thing. But what kind of even for that would help me was like, so often we worry about doing the wrong thing, but God is just waiting for us to do something.
Yeah. Dude, that I struggle with that myself at times, because it's like sometimes, like the last like, I don't know, like year and a half, 2 years of my life, like coming out of missions and everything, like a lot of times like opportunities came up that I was like, oh, I should be going to do this because I'm not doing anything else. But I feel like He wants me to wait, and like I'm very confident. I can say it with a lot of confidence now. Is like the opportunities that I did turn down that came up and everything, like I was supposed to turn down. Like I think there were some things that I tried to do, and it just was like, this is just not working.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's tough, and like sometimes it does just take trying. But like discerning, like, okay, am I just supposed to take this step and like, and then it all just kind of happens, or like, am I supposed to just wait? And waiting's hard, but
yeah, I like for me, like a mental picture helps me is I heard somebody talk about, like, imagine you're in a room and there's like thousands of doors, and behind one of those doors is the thing God wants you to do, but there's a timer going and you don't know how long that timer's going, and all of a sudden God enters like the room, is like, okay, time's up, and you're like, well, I didn't do something yet, and it's like, well, God is so often just waiting for us to take a step of faith to see if he can even trust us with what he wants for us.
Yeah.
I feel like that's such a big thing. Like, so many times we want something, but God is actually holding it from us because we'd fumble it.
Yeah.
That we're not ready for it. We're not at that step yet. And sometimes it just takes also a leap of faith, and maybe it doesn't work out, but what I've learned, you hear so many people's stories of starting a business or getting that dream job, or like taking a leap out of that job or something. Maybe it didn't turn out, but it usually always opened a door to something else.
Yeah.
Is what I've come to learn. It always is it Matthew 7:7-8 was talking about, you ask, you shall receive, seek, and you shall find, knock, and the door will be open on you. It's just talking about, like, if you take that faith, that step, that leap, something is going to happen at some point. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
And like you said too, like sometimes it is waiting. Like maybe it is waiting, and it can be tough. I don't know it, because there is times too where I've done stuff where God was like, okay, hold up, whoa, what are you doing? And it takes a level. How do I say? The more time you spend with God, the easier discernment I've learned comes. And even just like fasting, whether it be from food or social media, something like that helps a lot too. But so often for me personally, I know there's so many times I should have just done it instead of just saying no. I have sometimes a bad habit of saying no too much. I know some people say yes also too much, and it's just that line of like, where is it?
Yeah. I think one thing I look at with opportunities, I definitely look at like, okay, is it a strength of mine? Like if it's an opportunity that just kind of comes up and I haven't really been like praying for an opportunity, is it like, okay, is this like, is this one of my gifts that I have as like a child of God or whatever? And if it's not, then I'll like really, either way, I'll really like pray about it and everything. But if it's not, I would more lean to like turning it down. Cause like I like stepping into something that you're not passionate about. I mean, it's rough. Like it's probably not something you should do. But I'm also like, obviously maybe the Lord wants to grow you through it or something. So like you have to like, you can't just say no because it's like, oh, it's out of my comfort zone. I'm not saying comfort zone. I'm saying like, is this in your gifts and talents like that you have, that opportunity? Does it fall under those in something that, I mean, it will stretch you, but it's like, okay, I know I have the gift of like encourage, like if you're really good at encouraging people and you start, I think like kids, obviously they need a lot of encouragement and everything. You start working in kids ministry, like it'll be stretching. Kids ministry will always be stretching no matter what. I don't care who you are. It always stretches you all the time. Right. We're back. Our camera literally just took a dump.
Even though it had pretty much a full battery.
It saved everything, luckily, but
we hope
I gotta turn that off. There we go. Yeah, that's great. I don't even know where I was at anymore. Kids ministry. Just talking about that being stretching.
Well, this is stretching right
now. My goodness. I don't know why. Our camera literally had full battery to start. So now we just got to leave it on the charger the whole time. Anyways. So now my other computer shut down. But yeah, like, take it away.
Hold
on, I'm back.
The devil doesn't want us to do this one.
So I have just a few questions.
Okay.
I think one that would be fun to go into is how do we help others with their mental struggles, like mental health and stuff. What do you think? Like, I feel like encouragement would be a huge one.
Encouragement, but like for me, it's just like what are things that help me?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the biggest, like, because everybody is different. Like I get that we are, but like obviously encouragement's a big one, and just like sometimes even it's just being a listening ear, like not even saying something. Like sometimes people just need a person to talk to.
Dude,
like, that's
I've been reading through Job and I am just amazed. Like I've gone through Job before, but like I'm just like reading through it like a few chapters at a time lately. And dude, his friends were not great listeners. They were horrible
weren't
listeners.
They like doubting? And
well, they were telling him like the
Job.
first one started off like really well. I was like, oh dude, like this guy's actually saying good stuff a little bit. And then it went into like he was basically telling Job that like this is happening because you sinned and were unfaithful and all this stuff. And then Job was literally like, no, like I haven't, and like was calling them out. And where's that one verse? I just he laid into them. I'm not sure where it was. I'll look for it while we're talking. But like, I don't know. That story is really good to look at. Like, okay, like your friends should not be doing this if you're going through grief.
Well, he lost everything.
He literally lost everything, and they were calling him out and saying like, "You sinned" and all this, and like he was literally like the most obedient one, I think, or how did they word that?
Are you talking
in
about how
verse 1, like when God was talking?
Devil,
Yeah.
Somewhere he was asking about God. He was asking God about.
Well, I believe Satan was like, he was telling God, it's like, well, he's only faithful because he gave him so much stuff, and then God was like, okay, well then, take it away, and he did, and like, I mean, we kind of know how that story goes, and Job goes through everything. Like he doubts, he questions, like he doesn't doubt God, but he's like, dude, why? He did ask, why is this? Like I'm going through this, like it's like a constant grief, and like when is this over, and all this stuff, and it's a very like real story that like anybody that has gone through grief can read and relate to, which is really cool. I think it's a great story. I'm not even done with it. I'm only to chapter 15, but I just happened to be reading that. I actually didn't read that for this podcast. I just started reading it. So yeah, his friends like ideally should have been there supporting him, praying for him, turning him, encouraging him in his walk with God, not telling him like, oh well, he's punishing you, and all this stuff. And one of our pastors at our church, I think recently he had a sermon on friendship, just like last Sunday or something like that, and he said something along the lines of when I'm walking with people, when walking with a friend through something, I want them to look to God more than me, or something like that, or like something along those lines. And I was like, that's actually really good. Like that's exactly how we should be helping our friends that are going through grief, or just in general, like in life, just help them. Like, well, have you prayed about it? Like, I'll pray for you also. Like, I'll pray about it too with you. And like walking through life with them like that, and encouraging them to walk with God through life, whatever season of life they're in, and everything. So those are some things that come to my mind. You got anything with that?
I just want to say too, like, imagine how cool it would be, like, God's bragging on him.
I know. He didn't even know it, but like, dude, he was like, well, this guy's got it. Like,
well, that's the thing too, like with what you're going through, like Philip Anthony Mitchell said it, like, maybe the things that you're going through, God is bragging on you, like, hey, try it.
That's actually, I never really thought about that. Like, that's a good way of, that's a good mindset to have, really. It's like, no, I'm going to be as faithful and trust God as much as I can through like this hard season or whatever season that I'm in, because like for all I know, he's bragging on me for how good I'm doing or whatever. And like that's really good. That's a good way of looking at it, for sure.
Yeah, and back to
Anything
like
else?
just helping people like struggling, like just having a purpose is like you see a lot of people, pretty much probably everybody that commits suicide is probably because of they feel there's no purpose. There's no, like there'll be people that commit suicide that have, you know, the big rich house, you know, money and all that, and they still commit suicide, and or maybe their life looks perfect but they're struggling, and the biggest thing is purpose, and that's huge. If you don't have any purpose in your life, like you're gonna go down a dark road really, really quick. That is a very dangerous spot to be.
I'm looking at some more of those stats and everything that like 85 plus. It says people ages 85 and older had the highest rates of suicide in 2023. Like, I mean, that makes sense. Like, if you're an old person and you got nothing to do all day and like people don't really come and visit and all this stuff, like, yeah, you're gonna fall into that.
And see, the third highest is at 35.
Yeah.
And then also,
Dude, what's really insane is 25 to 34 is not that far behind as far as the stats go. That's insane.
Like 15 to 24 is
really, 15 to 24 is even high. Like that's.
I mean, any number is high.
I mean, yeah, any number's high, but like that's crazy to think. Like, man, oh man.
It. Also, another thing that reminds me of Jordan Peterson's podcast. So I know a lot of people maybe not like him. I know some people don't like him because who he is, and maybe there's some things they don't like about him. But he's a psychiatrist up in Canada, and one of his books, he was talking about how the one person he was working with, like he had no like motivation, no discipline to do anything. Like room was a dump, everything, and what he got him to do, it literally started with him. Literally, just first day he got his sweeper out, second day plugged it in, third day swept his room. It starts with the little things. Like for me, when I look at my life, it does. Like anything that's gonna bloom into something big starts little. You're not just gonna snap of the finger all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Boom. I mean, obviously solved.
Yeah. Yeah.
But what I'm saying, like, with the purpose, like he started, like he had a purpose. Clean my room. Like it started right there.
It was like a big picture, like purpose.
It opened
and then the small steps.
It opened the door for something bigger, and that's I feel like that's the number one thing as a man. Like we struggle a lot with purpose. Like people in general do, but like men, like for me, like purpose. Like what? Like what is my purpose? That's a big thing. Struggle.
Yeah, I'd agree.
But what has helped me is like I was saying, even trying something new. Like I just got into running recently, and
you ran, what was it, 10K this morning?
Yeah,
there we go.
Yeah, I work out, but like running's
another thing. Yeah,
I would rather have a 20-minute intense workout than go.
How was the run?
Oh, it went good. Yeah, I did the 10K in about 54 minutes. But
nice.
Yeah.
Solid.
Yeah, but running too, like just trying that, like it's a love-hate relationship. I hate the breathing, the heart pumping, feet hurting, all that, but the feeling afterwards, like I just did that.
Like you accomplished. Yeah. Like, dude, you're in a 10K. Like that's
like
awesome.
Working out, even like that gave me a boost of even like it showed me like by gaining muscle strength and like even running, like my cardio got better. It shows like if you try something and you keep going at it, you're gonna get better. And it also gave me purpose too, like get up and do it. And I've learned too, like you need to have discipline. Like motivation's not gonna get you anywhere, honestly. Motivation maybe started, but like discipline, that's what keeps you going. It's okay, am I gonna do this? Because there's so many times where even like just a simple thing. Maybe it's going to the grocery store or something. Maybe you're just not in the mood, but like just do it. And sometimes for me, like even just maybe I was extremely tired and I still went and worked out or ran. And
Yeah.
it shows. At the end of the day, discipline is going to win. Any aspect, whatever it is, whether it's obedience to God to as simple as working out, you need to have purpose somewhere. And it starts starts with usually something little.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah, that's the big thing. I don't know if you ever really struggle with that. Like, was there something you did that like opened the door? I don't know.
As far as like purpose goes.
Yeah, purpose and like just how it made your life even better. Like,
I would
was there
say
something that like opened the door?
Yeah, I would say like where I served at a kids ministry thing for like 2 years when that whole trip alone, like I was just like, dude, I do not want to go. Like for some reason.
You're talking about like when your youth group.
Yeah, our youth group went on this trip for a missions trip, and I ended up serving there for 2 years. But like I remember like before when signups came for it, I was like, I don't know why I had an attitude of like not liking kids for some reason, which was so just not who I was at all. I don't know. I'm not sure why, but I was like, oh, fine, I'll do it. And like we were doing like a VBS thing for a Christian-based nonprofit organization in Phoenix, and so we go there, we do this thing, and like we were in our groups and everything, and my station was a story station. Never taught Sunday school. Never said stories, whatever. And I did it and like was not good at it. I'm going to say I wasn't good at it because I was pretty young or younger. I think it was probably 21. And it was so fun. I don't know why. I just loved it. And like we did that for a couple of days. And on the last day I was like, dude, I mean, I got to come back. Like before we left, I pretty much made the decision like I'm gonna come here as an intern.
As to serve.
Yeah, and so I did. Talked to the head guy there, got his card and everything. 2 months later, boom, in Phoenix again for a whole year. Well, 10 months, 10 or 11 months, and then last month came around for my first term, and I was like, hey, I want to stay longer. Actually, they asked me to stay on, and I came on as staff and everything like that. That right there, just the initial like, okay, well, I'll go. Like I'll go. And so I went, and it just opened the door for I don't know, like it actually changed my life in a lot of ways. I don't know. Otherwise I was just gonna be at home working, making money. Like that was I was so caught up in a lot, like mainly because like all of my friends were like we were all so focused on money, rental houses, cars, trucks, making money. Like this is the thing that you do in the area we live in. Like that's the culture here. And I'd probably still be doing that and hating every bit of it. I did not enjoy it. I did construction, did not enjoy it. But that's
back,
just me.
Like, it stretched you that first time.
Oh yeah, big time. Yeah, I went out.
There's probably still days that you were comfortable, but it still stretched.
Oh yeah,
like there was days like you just had to discipline. Okay, I got to do it. Like
kids ministry, like I said, does not matter who you are. You can be the best person ever. I don't care what kind of attitude you have. It is gonna stretch you because some days it just flat out sucks. Like some days the kids it's just like, you know what? It's a good thing that the Lord wants me to love you because it's not that bad. But like it gets pretty bad. Like sometimes they're brutal.
And you probably learn things too, like just aspects of your life.
Like,
it showed you a lot.
I became very aware of like people. Okay, like why do they act the way they do? Like this kid is not like cussing me out because of me, like or
there's something else.
There's something way much deeper going on, and you start to hang out with them more, like one-on-one stuff, and asking them questions. They'll get more comfortable with you and everything, and then it's like, oh well, mom and dad don't even live together, or like mom yelled at me today or whatever, and like mom cussed me out or dad cussed me out, or we're like that's their reality. That's the reality they live in. The home is not safe, and adults are not safe, and stuff like that. So it made me always like look at like, okay, if someone's having a bad day, I don't look at people nearly as critical as what I did way back before then. So,
and the main thing, you probably grew closer to God through it.
Yeah, like you have to like moments like some of those kids, like there were moments that it's like the only reason that I'm not just
Gonna lose
firing back at them is because I have a relationship with the Lord. Yeah, it's literally that. And it's because and obviously you go into it with an awareness of like, okay, like there's this kid does not like me and I have no idea why, or they're having a bad day. Like, you know it's going to be rough, but you know what to expect. So that helps. But the most helpful thing is you're having a connection with the Lord, for sure. And that goes not just for kids, but all people, obviously. But that's like something I did learn. The more surrendered I was to God and the more intentional I was with Him, the better I could lead, and the better I could be with patience and encouragement and all those things. It's like the fruit, literally the fruits of the Spirit. Like when you have the Spirit and you like really steward your relationship with the Lord well and everything, like you will be able to use the fruits of the Spirit without even thinking. Like that's the other thing. It's just like a muscle memory thing or whatever. It pours out of you. Yeah. That literally, it's not that hard. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not kidding. I'm just kidding. But yeah, that's just kind of some things that I learned from that time. I'll see what other question I have. Do you have anything else with that?
Yeah, I mean, purpose and like having a plan. Like, what do you want like out of life? Like goals and plans. Like what do you want out of life? Like,
I would. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I would argue also with that. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. And maybe this isn't what you're meaning, but like, I feel like we should look at what God wants for us, or like us to do for Him, or like as far as service, or I don't know. And I guess it also depends, like how committed is someone to the Lord? Are they like, I know some people that might have businesses and stuff, and they dedicate it to the Lord and everything, but it's like sometimes I question, like let's say they got a direction from the Lord to sell that business and go into like a full-time ministry just out of the blue. Would they do it or not? Like are we doing what we want and then just like committing it to the Lord, or are we asking God before we even do it, like, is this something you want me to do or pursue or whatever? That's kind of my thought with it. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I
like what you said though, because what helped me is I first wrote down like goals and plans, like, hey, I want to run a 5K, I want to read my Bible more. But what I've learned too is then through that God gave me discernment and also like, hey, I want you to chase this. What I've learned, like if you start with whatever it is and you keep pursuing God at the same time, He is going to give you discernment and stuff. It's like, hey, don't like steer the other way. And so often, like so many people don't even really have a plan for their life. And you need to have a plan, but I love what you said though. It's not just like me.
I get what you're saying.
So many people like are what like
it goes back to the whole thing of like, well, sometimes He's waiting on us, and it's like, maybe I think I wonder if there's like, if we could sometime break it down into categories of like, okay, what things should we like on the daily plan, and then what should we like really be looking for God, like not that sounds. I think we know. You get what I mean?
It's because
like
sometimes it feels like you're standing at the starting, like, okay, God, like, what's next? And
Mm-hmm.
God's just waving the flag, like, just go, like, come on.
No.
And I feel like so many times God is like screaming at me, like, just take a
just
step at something.
Yeah.
Like, you need to start somewhere. And
Mhm.
if you do and you keep growing closer to God, don't worry about if it is in the wrong way, because He is going to guide you.
Yeah. Mhm.
If you look all throughout the Bible, how He's guided all the prophets, everybody, like, it starts somewhere.
Yeah. And I also feel like you can tell, like, just from the outside looking in, you can tell when someone is, I don't want to say like ignoring God, but you can tell like how much are they concerning God with what they're doing, I guess. Like how much are they
involving God in their life?
allowing God into it?
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
because it could be a thing where they're just doing something and
It's just like-
talking the talk.
Almost
Kinda
like a
thing.
checklist.
Yeah,
thing, too,
yeah.
Like, read
Mhm.
Bible, went to church,
Mhm.
was in ministry, but because you need to have that relationship.
Mhm.
Like Jesus said, the only
100%.
way you're going to get into the kingdom of God is building a relationship with Jesus.
Yeah.
Because He said, it was saying how people are going to say, well, I cast demons out in your name, I did this and I did that. It's not it's
Yeah.
what Jesus did.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
If you don't have a relationship with Jesus, everything you do to a certain extent has no meaning. Like, yeah, it
Yeah.
can still do good, but at the same time, like, if you do ministry and stuff and there's no love, there's no heart in it,
Mm-hmm.
that's not monotonous, but there's no value there.
Mm-hmm.
It
Yeah.
all, the core of it comes down to building a relationship with Jesus.
Yeah.
That's all, like, that's where everything stems out.
Mm-hmm.
But it also starts with little steps as well. We
Yeah.
also have to do our part as well. It's not
Mhm.
just kick the legs up and
Yeah. Just like, okay, God, what do you want? And it's like, dude, you're sitting on your couch doing nothing.
Scrolling on TikTok.
Yeah. Hey, Lord, what we doing? What we doing with it?
But yeah, that's definitely
Mhm.
a big thing.
How do you think? I have a question.
Mhm.
It's just like, how do we deal with depression? I have nothing for it. I just kind of have that on there. Like, how do you think? After that, let's do grief. Touch a little more
Mhm.
on grief then.
For me, like, I wouldn't say I was like ever like fully I've been pretty low already.
Mhm.
Like, I have been, but it's never been to a point where I have committed or have thought of committing suicide or
Mhm.
like doing something crazy. But like I said, what helped me was just honestly, first and foremost, like building a relationship with Jesus, reading my Bible, praying, and genuinely putting my heart in, studying the Word. And sometimes it felt like I was talking to a brick wall.
Mhm.
But that's sometimes how it is with talking with God. It's not always going to be like, boom, do that, do this. It's sometimes God's testing us, testing our faith. Like, are they ready for it? Like,
Mhm.
I feel like that's the big thing. And also just help, like I said before, working out, running, reading, like doing things like that has helped me too. Because if you can get in a dark place quick if you just wake up, work,
Yeah. Come home.
come
Sleep.
home, work, like mow the lawn, do
Mhm.
something. Like, there's no, like, even just having a hobby, like, that's a big part of it too,
Mhm.
is finding something you enjoy in life and doing it.
Yeah.
That's an important thing, I think, is actually having a hobby.
Mhm.
It's a very important thing.
I think for me, like, I wasn't like depressed, but like when I started like really working out like over the winter and stuff, I don't know. I think it was just like being like going to a gym
Mm-hmm.
and working out and just starting to feel more in shape. Like I started running more. I run like a mile before I work out, and that's enough for me. Like, but like once I like with the kids that I work with right now, like we play basketball a lot,
Mhm.
and I used to be winded was embarrassing. They were young kids, and they were destroying me. And I was like, dude, this is bad. But I started running. Yeah, I was unk status. I started running a mile before I work out every day, and I started like being like feeling way better, being able to run more and do stuff more, and like that kind of got me out of like I wouldn't call it depression. Like I've had depression before, but it wasn't depression. I think it was just kind of like just kind of stuck in like a routine that just wasn't the greatest. I was just kind of like, work and sleep, and whatever. And so yeah, I think 100% like working out and everything like that, like having that routine on the daily is very good for your mind and like obviously your body for sure.
Sometimes it's even just going on a short walk.
Oh yeah,
honestly, like even like the benefits like physical activity that can have. Like we could have a whole discussion on like the benefits and stuff, but like it just to simply like taking a simple walk.
Yeah.
Not even listening to music sometimes, just going for a walk, and it's just how big of a difference that can make.
I agree.
In life.
Yeah. Anything else with that? Not really.
No.
Let's talk about grief a little bit. What do you got? What do you got with grief? Do you have any thoughts on that?
Grief. I mean, you're like grieving like a death or
like a death, loss in general.
Yeah.
I think grieving a loss in general.
Yeah. What my thing with grieving first. So, well, for us, obviously, we used to go to the same church, and Zachary Troyer was a guy in the youth group, and he was killed in a farming accident, and like that was a whole big thing too. That was a wrench thrown into my relationship with God. That was really big. But first and foremost, what changed me, I always viewed grieving or like grief as like a bad thing, but it's actually a good thing because it showed you actually had a relationship with that person and cared for him. That like twisted it all upside down for me because I was always looking at it the wrong way. But what helped me the most, having good friends, having older people as mentors to look at and to talk to, and also I kept pursuing God, even though there was times I didn't want to. There was times where I avoided God. There was times I yelled at God, blamed God. I kept coming back.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what I've learned. Like anything you go through in life, you have to keep trusting God, no matter how horrible it is, no matter how badly it hurts. You have to. Because if not, like, what is the point of life? Like, generally, like, look at the suicide rates and stuff. Like, if you don't have that, it mentally, physically, it drains you.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a strong word for it, but like you almost have to attack it to a certain extent. Like not just like hands on, but and it also like grieving too, like through that too, it also like showed me how short life is. Some of us are blessed with longer years, some of us are not. Like we're not guaranteed the next second of our life. It also it showed me the value in life.
Yeah.
Like, the creator of everything, the moon, the birds, the skies, the planet, everything, put me here on earth and trusted me with time to spend it well. Like that, through that, all that, it changed my thought, like how valuable our time really is.
Yeah.
I know it's kind of away from grief, but
no,
I
don't think so.
It changed my perspective. Like the creator of everything loved you so much that he put you on earth, had his son die on the cross for our sins, and 3 days later raised from the dead. And we sin and we keep yelling at him, but he's still hugging. He's still loving us. I mean, obviously there's a timer on that. I mean, we don't know when Jesus returns or when we die, but yeah, it opened my mind to something it opened my mind to something, how would I say, better in a sense, though. Because if you just, like what happened with Zachary Troy, it was horrible. That was absolutely horrible. But if you just take the bad from the bad, you're not gonna have a good life. You need to find somehow, some way, some sort of, I call it a positive out of it.
Yeah.
I don't know, just yeah. And that was for me. I don't know, it's sort of all over, but
no, yeah, I remember when he passed away, like I didn't do a good job of like processing that at all. Like
it took me a very long time.
Yeah, like I literally not until like my first year of like serving in ministry, like halfway through, did I get past that. And like I think, like, if I remember right, I remember I just went, I played baseball, and like all I did was just practice and play ball, just practiced and played ball. And then after high school was over, I went and just worked. Like I was just like, I'm just gonna work and work and work. And that was kind of my life for a while, was just like kind of medicating that with just distracting myself from it and everything, not dealing with it. And like I honestly didn't know better. Well, I think if I remember right, our youth pastor at the time, we met and we talked about it and stuff. And like where I was at that time, I didn't hear any of that. I was just like,
for me
sad.
Too. I had the wrong attitude towards it too.
Yeah.
I mean, grieving is a process. It's not snap of the finger.
That's what I was.
It is different also for every person and every situation. I mean, I just had a grandma that passed away, and it was from old age. Like, yeah, I grieve, but it was a different grieving than when Zachary Troy.
They lived a full life. Zach was like not even 21.
Yeah, and he was the most coolest,
he was
awesome
funny
guy.
It was hilarious.
Life of the party.
Yeah, and the thing with grief, like it taking time, like I just wish people, when they like have a lot of grief and everything, just really understood, like you should take your time, and you can, like you can take time you need to take time to process it, and you need to take time to like just go to God with it and work through it. I don't know what culture it was in, but I remember I was listening to a podcast and they were talking about grief, and they said something about like in this one culture, when someone loses a loved one, they're not expected to be themselves for a year, at least a year. And like that's expected. It's not just like it's probably going to be yours. No, it's like we expect you for a year to just not be yourself. Like, and obviously it depends. Like losing a grandma is one thing, and like it is. We're not belittling that, but I think everybody can kind of relate to that.
To me too. Like there is two extremes. There's wallowing in it too long, and also trying too quickly to get out of it. Because like with Zachary, I wallowed in that way too long, and it went down a road I shouldn't have let it go. There comes a point where you do have to grow up and just say, I mean, life's not fair. It's not. But what I've learned, God is. He's a just God, but he's a fair God.
Yeah.
And there does come a time where you got to grow up. I feel like in today's society, like, going a little bit away, but like the victim card is so easy to play, and it's applauded. So many people could have an amazing life, could be pursuing an amazing life, but they're not. Well, I was born into poverty. I was born into this. I mean, we are not. Well, I've learned we're all given a different deck of cards. It's up to us as in like we need to choose. Okay, what am I going to do with this deck of cards? Am I going to use it to the fullest, or I'm just going to waste it?
Yeah.
Life isn't fair. I get that. It is not. It is a tough thing to think about, but like we all have to, at a certain point in our lives, like God loves us so much that he's not going to force us. He's not going to force himself in our life.
Yeah.
Like we have the gift of free will. That's why there is so much evil. There is so much bad because of free will. Because love is a choice.
Mm-hmm.
And as in, like, God is letting us choose him.
Yeah. We can accept his love, or
because
we don't have to.
When we die, he's gonna, as in, how do I say this? Like, if we don't accept him, he's gonna respect our decision by not letting us spend eternity with him.
Yeah.
And that's the harsh reality. Like, it is. There comes a point we all have to say, okay, I got to grow up. Like, it does. I've learned there comes a point where you just have to, okay, like, let's go at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so easy to play a victim card, especially in a society that applauds it.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
But I get also there's a point, too, like, you can be almost rush it, as in, like,
you just try and get out of it.
Yeah.
Because you're tired of the pain.
You rush out of it.
Yeah. And that, I was just thinking, like, with the whole thing of, like, suicide and stuff like that, I think when it comes to loss, I heard someone talking the one time, and they were like, if I lose, like, this person or whatever, and then I start having thoughts of, like, suicide, and they were claiming that, like, that's like making an idol out of someone. I agree, but I disagree at the same time, because I understand, like, pain and grief, like, when it's prolonged, because, like, it obviously it's going to take a while. Some people, I think it is literally just a thing of, like, the pain doesn't stop, and I just want it to stop. I just want it to end. I want the pain to be gone. It's not necessarily like, oh, this person's gone, life's not worth living. It's not like that. It's the pain from losing them is just sticking around for so long, and I just want it to be done. I just want it over. That's just kind of a thought I had. Yeah. But there are those people that this person was just their entire life, and it became, in a way, an idol. And the second they're lost or whatever, it's like, okay, well, I just don't want to live anymore. Like, that would be, I think that'd be like an idol. I had someone basically tell me that, like, I was, like, putting something above the Lord or something, and, like, I didn't realize, like, reading the thing with Job and, like, how his friends were and all that, I was like, I don't know, I just saw some things, and I was like, that was, and, like, where I was at, I was just like, and these were people that, like, I respected and, like, looked up to, and they were older than me, and I was like, I kind of just took it on, which wasn't right. Like, where I was at was not the best spot, so I didn't really know better, I guess, or, like, I wasn't thinking better, I don't know. And looking back at it, I was like, that was not what was going on. And, like, I don't know, like, it just kind of made me realize for myself, helping someone that is going through grief as well, it's like, I want to be careful not to do that. And I just want them to, like, feel like, hey, I'm around for them, I support them, and I'm praying for them, and, like, all that. I don't have to say more than, like, I'm just, like, you don't have to say a whole lot.
Yeah.
Like what we were talking about, you just have to be there and be a listening ear a lot of the time. I think especially in grief, that is huge, is just people can talk about whatever, and that does a lot for them. So,
but yeah, like I was saying too, like, it is a choice too. Like if you know somebody that's struggling, depression, suicide, whatever, like, you can, like, there is a point too where they have to make the decision as well of, like, accepting it, your invitation of help, because, like, yeah, you can pray for them and stuff, but they also have to make the decision of also, like, hey, I'm struggling, like, here I am, like, this is who I am, like, this is where I'm at. And also, like, going back to the suicide thing, like, with idols, and, like, saying, like, you would commit suicide if, like, you lose something. Yeah. At the same time, if you do that, you're gonna pass pain on to somebody that loves you. It's just this domino effect.
Exactly.
It's just
I think that's another reason why some people never mind on that. I was gonna say something, but never mind on that. I don't think that.
Okay.
Scratch that. But anyway,
Yeah.
sorry about that.
No.
But no, I agree with you though. Like I think, well, yeah, that is how it is. Like if you take your life, your siblings and family are going to be grieving your loss, and there's a good chance they're going to be like, I should have done more, and like beat themselves up, and like it's just not a good option. And it's tough to think about it like that when you're going through it, but it isn't a good option. I think that's why we need mentors and spiritual leaders in our life, and that's why, like us, like we're older than a lot of people now. We're getting up there, so we gotta kind of be spiritual mentors for some people too, and mentoring is great, by the way. I don't know, it's so fun. I don't know why. It's enjoyable to meeting with like someone and just like talking about life with them and their life and encouraging them. But anyway, anything else?
I think that's sort of the main gist of it. But yeah.
Okay. Well, you want to pray us out and then we'll be done. And that's it.
Yep. All right, Lord, thank you for another day that you blessed us. Thank you for just the amazing opportunities you blessed us with, and thank you just that we were able to do this podcast. And I pray that just somebody listening would take something from this and learn it, and also me and Kevin would each just learn something from this, and pray that we can just keep growing closer to you. And thank you for blessing us with this life. And in Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.